Do you hate scissors? Because I hate scissors. Welcome back, everyone. Why do I hate scissors, you're probably asking? Well, part of the reason I hate scissors is because I suck with them. Everything I cut with scissors is all crooked and jaggedy edged. I can never get that thing working, you know, where women get fabric or paper and get it in there and just use it like a V cutter. That never works for me. I always tear stuff. Maybe I'm just too impatient. I don't know. Also, normal sized household scissors don't really fit on my fingers very well. So I'll see my wife, she'll cut with the scissors and then she'll just set it down, and I can't do it. I gotta take my other hand and wrestle them off my big fat fingers. Also, my hands cramp up using scissors a lot. So the nice people at VLOXO, when they reached out to me and asked me if I'd like to test their rechargeable electric scissors, I said, oh yeah, bring it on. So that's what we're looking at today. And here they are. And for full disclosure, they sent this to me for free for the purpose of this review. And I have had it out of the case long enough to charge it up, but that's all I've done with it. And as usual, let's pop over to Amazon real quick and let's take a look at their listing there and see what they claim about it and what it costs. So here's their listing over at Amazon. The VLOXO cordless electric scissors with 2 blades, rechargeable, powerful shears, cutting tool for fabric, cardboard, carpet, leather, felt with charger. So it looks like you get the unit itself, you get a spare set of blades, and you get the charger. And they show it cutting with 5mm cardboard, 2.5mm cloth, 6mm felt, 3.5mm carpet, which is pretty heavy, 3.5mm leather, which is also pretty heavy, and 3.5mm plastic carpet, which I don't even know what plastic carpet is. Switch, here's the length if you're interested. Do not use while charging. It looks like you push that button on the front and the whole blade assembly slides off, and there's a little video. What else do they say about it? Super power, 10,000 RPM, cut plastic mats, carpets, single button operation. Looks like it's a momentary switch. I thought I saw a side button on it. Long, powerful life, up to 3 to 4 hours of continuous use when fully charged. 3.6 volts, which means it probably has a single 18650 in it. Packaging includes the electric scissors, 2 blades, and fast charger, and 12 months warranty and 24-hour customer service. So that's what it is you get. Let's go back to that first picture. Yeah, there's a side button on it, so I'm assuming you have to press that side button in order to pull the trigger, but we will figure that out. $32.29 if you go buy one. Oh, there's a pink one too. Look at that. So, oh, the pink one's $1 more. Very funny. Anyway, let's get it out of the box and let's have a look at it. Okay, let's take a look at it. And this is how it arrived. It didn't come in any retail box. There was just the Amazon box, and this was inside of it. And I have taken it out and charged it, but this is exactly how it arrives. And there is a bubble wrap with the unit itself in it. There's a little blade cover that normally goes over that, but for me, every time I take it out of the bag, it stays in the bag. So there's the unit itself. There is your little charging brick, and there is the spare set of blades. Nice they give you a spare set of blades. I'm not sure. They say they have 24-hour customer service, so I'm assuming that if you wreck both sets of blades that you would hopefully be able to purchase another set. And there is a manual with it, and the manual is pretty much this side and this side. After that, it goes into another language. And it doesn't really give you that much information other than charge the battery, don't cut yourself, and that kind of stuff. So that's not of much of use. And I did notice here when I took it out that all I had to do was touch the trigger and it runs. I don't have to push this side button at all. So I started doing a little bit of research, and apparently you used to have to push this button then pull the trigger, like your typical stuff, you know, that they're all afraid we're going to hurt ourselves with and sue them. So I looked at their reviews, and apparently a lot of people complained about that. They said it was fatiguing to hold both buttons in to cut. So apparently they made that button just do nothing. And when I looked in the manual, that little button is now called a decoration button. So interesting, at least they listen to their customers. So I've got a number of things lined up here to cut today. First and foremost, we're going to start with paper. There's a manual to a Harbor Freight caliper I certainly don't need. We have the bubble wrap it came in. Here is some 1/4 inch thick closed cell foam. I got this when I rebuilt my Jeep Airbox. We're going to try that. I have 2 different sizes of cardboard, fairly thick and pretty thin. Both were part of some kind of a box. I wish I had one of the welder boxes left because it was real heavy. I have some leather here, and I'll get the calipers and measure this leather. And I have some even thicker leather. I have some of this drawer lining stuff that's, you know, kind of got the non-slide stuff on one side, and then the stuff where nothing will absorb into it in the other side. I have a chunk of milk container, and yeah, you can see Chuck cut this milk container off with scissors because that's how everything I cut with scissors looks. It's embarrassing. And then I have my favorite shim material. I've got beer can, aluminum beer can. And I know they don't say it'll cut metal, but we're going to try it. So, with that being said, let's start cutting things. I think it sounds like fun, don't you? Let's start with this. Let's start with this manual. This digital caliper manual. Let's just do 1 page. Yeah, I don't think there was any doubt that it was going to cut that, did you? Is that on? See if I keep my fingers out of the way. Let's try 2 thicknesses at once. I just can't imagine that would be a problem for it. Yeah, that's not a problem. Let's double that again. Make it 4 thicknesses. Yeah, it doesn't care about 4 thicknesses. I don't know how many pages are left in this manual. Let's try it all. Yeah, it don't care about that at all. So, that can go out to the recycle bin now. Let's try the next size up cardboard. This is just a cardboard. Some retail box thing came in. Let me grab the calipers and I'll tell you what thickness all this is. So let's get the measurements out of the way first. This piece of cardboard is 1.73 millimeters thick. This thicker piece of cardboard is 3.66 millimeters. My thinner piece of leather here, I think it's thinner anyway, is 2.47 millimeters. This thicker leather was meant to be a belt blank. It is 3.39 millimeters. The milk carton, of course, is just milk carton. It's 0.51. This drawer lining fabric, this is 0.44 thick. And the beer can, I used to know what thickness beer can was. I can't remember because I say I love to use it as a shim. It is 0.019 millimeters. And again, they do not tell you you can cut metal with this, but beer can's pretty soft metal. Pretty soft aluminum. So, let's start with this thin cardboard. Yeah, had no problem with that. Let's go up to the thicker cardboard. It just buzzes right through that. I think I'm zoomed in a little bit too close too. Let me fix that. That's better. Let's go to this next cardboard. This is the thicker cardboard. This is actually fairly heavy corrugated. Let's see what it does with that. It slows it down a little, but it's still going right through it. Oh look, there was a label on the other, there was tape and a label on the other side. Oh yeah, has no problem with that. Let's try the milk carton. Can't imagine it would have any trouble with the milk carton. Oh, there's something in it. Oh, sour milk, lovely. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's make it a little harder on it. Let's quadruple it. Let's see if we can cut 4 layers of milk carton. Here we go. It don't like that. It not liking that. Not liking that. Let's go back to 2. That goes through 2 layers without a problem. How about 3? Let's see, how can we do 3 layers? There we got 1, 2, and 3. 3 layers of milk carton. Here we go. Struggling. Oh, I see. It was just, that was my fault. Sorry, my fault. Yeah, goes right through 3 without a problem. The one that was 4th might have been my issue. Let's try this fabric. And once again, you can see Chuck cut that. Because that's how everything I cut with scissors looks. Oh. Okay, it didn't even know that was there. That didn't even slow it down. I got a pretty nice smooth cut, and I wasn't even didn't even have a line I was trying to follow or anything. I know the wife is going to steal these from me, the one who can make regular scissors work perfectly, but oh well, that's life, huh? Did I do the beer can? I didn't do the beer can. Let's try it on beer can. Okay, it had no problems with beer can. Let's try it on this thick 1/4 inch foam. This is really thick, resilient closed cell foam that I use to make the gaskets on the heater. And it was, as you can see, it's not that easy to cut even with a knife. It has to be a very sharp knife or it just drags. Oh God, I wish I had this when I did that. When I rebuilt that Jeep box. That's just, because that stuff isn't easy to cut. I had to put wood down, then I had to lay a straight edge down, then I had to cut it with a sharp razor, and only a sharp razor would do it. Everything else just drug through it and tried to tear it. Let's do that again. Look at that. Look at that edge. Huh? Look at that edge. Man, I wish I had that when I did that work on the Jeep. Oh well, next time I'll have it. Let's try this thinner leather. I think this is going to be a bit of a challenge for it because this is fairly heavy leather. It's not terribly thick, but it is fairly heavy. Here we go. Oh my. Went right through that. Try it again. Look at that. Went right through that. And left a beautiful edge too. That left a beautiful edge. I think that's a nicer edge than I would have got with a razor knife. Normally if you're doing leather work you go down it with a tool that then chamfers the edges a bit, but I don't have one of those. Let's try it on the heavy leather. I think the heavy leather is going to be quite a challenge for it. Let's cut through it short ways just to give it a break. Yeah, that's a bit too much for it. That's a bit too much. Yep, it's not going to cut that. Oh well, you know what? I'm surprised that it cut this as easy as it did. And you can see the difference in the thickness between those. This is, that's almost twice the thickness, certainly half again as much, if not more. And this is really tough. This was designed as, this was to be a belt blank. I just did something else with it I had to do. And I think that's all I've got to cut, isn't it? Oh, here, we cut this. I'm going to go on a cutting spree here. Here's this bubble wrap. Yeah, there was no doubt about that. So, let's take a look at all the stuff we've cut. this is all the stuff we've cut with it. And I'm not seeing any issues at all with the blade. And to change the blade, you want to keep your hands away from the trigger, of course. That is where that, that lock would have kept them out of the hands of lawyers. But you pull this up, and then you slide that off, and that's as easy as it is to change that. Now, they said the charger was a fast charger, but I just pulled it out and charged it and walked away. It is 0.2 amps at 5 volts, so there is probably a single 18650 battery in there. And when you plug it in, let me show you here. Let me undo the cord. When you plug it in, there is a charge light that comes on saying it's being charged. And honestly, I can't remember whether it turns green or just goes off when it's fully charged. I think it just goes off. And they say don't use it when it's charging, but as you can see, it's charging and it does work, but they say don't do that. So I won't do that. Let's cut something else up just for fun. I mean, I'm having fun with it. Holy cow, I'm loving this thing. I am loving this. This is great. This could very well become one of my favorite tools. I am really liking this. Holy cow, would that ever have made my life easier when I did that Jeep heater box? Because I really struggled getting those pieces cut. And the spare head that comes with it, I told you, the nice little carrying box. And there you have it. So thanks to VLOXO for sending this out. It does work really, really well. I have absolutely no complaints with how it works. It cut through this leather without a problem, cut through that foam without a problem, cut through thick cardboard without a problem. And boy, even I can cut straight lines with this. If you're like me and you can't cut a straight line with the scissors and you're always getting those sawtooth edges, the VLOXO cordless rechargeable scissors may be the answer you're looking for. I'm certainly going to keep using them. I certainly enjoyed using them in this test. And thanks to VLOXO for sending them out. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you think I have helped you out, hit the super thanks button. Talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.